Hello, 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 hello. Someone stole $800 from my account and I had to initiate an investigation. And now I have to go to the local branch because the fraud guy has charged me again after they had already been adjusting the amounts back onto my account. So I don't know what's going on now. I got a new credit card number, and I don't know why these companies, or there's three companies, but I think it's three companies, but I think it's the same person that keeps on charging me under these pretense companies. So two of these pretense companies charged me money again after I had changed my credit card number, and I need to know what's going on, so I'm gonna have to go there tomorrow. And since I'm already talking about being frauded, I want to mention what the dentists did to me. I had an incredibly outlandish dentist. I made a video that was a couple of years ago. What he did was incredible. He let the assistant put on the permanent crown, and she broke something, and then it was hurting, and I already had the feeling that the crown was sprained and had a slight fracture, like a almost invisible crack. And he put, and then he inspected it in the end, and oh yeah, and oh yeah, I think there was another time or something. I forgot now the exact sequence, but he finally checked out the permanent crown, the way it was fitting and everything, and it wasn't supposed to hurt, so it was supposed to be fitting very well without pain. And he asked me, "Do you feel any pain now?" And then had me drink some cold water. And I said, "I have pain, and when I drink cold water, it hurts particularly badly." I was in a lot of pain. And he said, "Aha, you're tough. And then it's gonna be okay." So he sent me home, and that evening I was screaming in pain. I called him up the next day and I said, I'm in extreme pain. I think his wife, who hated me, was on the phone, and I said, I need to come back. I need you to have to take that off, and that tooth has to be removed. And she was extremely rude to me and cold. Me being in pain, like, hello, someone in pain, but you are like rude to that person? Okay. That doesn't sound very compassionate at all. And it's just always mind-boggling to me, the coldness of people. That's the lack of compassion for someone else, for another living being. It's just always mind-boggling to me when I see this. So she said, "We can't do this now. We're all booked out." I was like in pain. This is like an emergency. Hello, emergency, right? I started to get a little bit cranky on the phone. And then when I got a little bit cranky, she got like 10 times more cranky. And she said, "We can't help you now. You have to wait for a week." They let me wait for almost a week until I could see the dentist. I should have gone to the emergency room in the hospital. I should have had them deal with this, and then I would have had to give the dentist the bill to pay that. I don't know. I don't know if I could have done that. Whatever. We need more security checks for people like this, for all beings. So But anyway, so I've suffered for a whole week, screaming every day, taking pain medicine. When it let off, I was screaming in pain again. It was horrible. So finally got to the dentist, and they finally, the cat, the crown, the cap had completely come off. In the meantime, also, I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't put cold on it, and it was so awful. So yeah, so then he had this surgeon come, real big fat brutal guy, like 60 or something, and he looked like a heavy meat eating alcoholic Republican sadistic kind of person, and he removed the tooth, but he made sure that when he put the needle in, that it would hit the nerves, and it made me scream. It was so painful the way he yanked the needle in, like over and over again, like a knife. It was incredible the way he did that, and he was breathing heavily, like he was sort of like getting charged up by doing this. And then he was pulling my tooth out in the most brutal way, one that I've ever imagined, that I've ever seen. So I was screaming and crying the whole time, and he was breathing very heavily. I could have taken a lawyer for this, I should have. But then, it's like a word against a word. She's just making this up. But I wasn't. I seriously was not making this up. There are some heavy monsters in this world that are really badly damaged. Some real bad, monstrous psychopath out there. That's amazing. And that people that go undetected, that they'll act out their psychopathic, sadistic needs in their professions. They choose certain professions according to their sadistic needs. It's those people that need to go straight to the cattle slaughter facility and that need to be head bolted. That dental surgeon, he needs to be head bolted for sure. So, the dentist himself, he's just a crook, the owner of the clinic. He's just a crook. He doesn't care if I have pain at home. He just didn't want to redo the crown. He didn't want to lose the money that I paid for the crown. So anything for money, So I'm not even for headbutting the crooks, but I am for headbutting the sadistic people. That for sure. So, and it's gonna come. It is going to happen. It's just a matter of time now. And it's those people that are the most afraid of the robots. It is precisely those people, because they know they can't bullshit robots. They cannot intimidate robots. They can't peer pressure them. They can't tell a robot, "Oh, you're an Islamophobe," and well, the robot says so. Yeah, okay, let's proceed. Okay, they can't tell someone, "Oh, you're bigoted." Robot says so. Okay, whatever. Or, "Oh, you're immoral." Robot says so. Let's proceed. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. But the robot has enough insight into our minds and psychology and nervous system to spare us from suffering, including the sadistic people. The robots are not going to do eye for an eye. They're going to do away with them. They're going to recycle them, but without pain. And it doesn't matter where that person comes from, whether this is, deterministic universe. It's all, we don't have choices. This is all predetermined. It is predispositioned. It is not his fault. It's, yeah, hell, the results are still like horrific. Yeah. So whether it is his choice or fault or this or that or childhood or it's like predisposition, he can't do anything about it. You know, we're choiceless puppets to our biochemistry. I don't care. When there's things going wrong, when let's say you have a car manufacturing company, and let's say there's something getting out of alignment in the manufacturing process. There's a screw loose somewhere, or there's a robot malfunctioning, or you know, the AI, the simple AI. When that's malfunctioning, you're gonna have to repair it, right? So that this whole process, the same with life on Earth. If we have, if there are, if there's a grizzly bear who protects, you know, this is not even, the grizzly bear is not even a psychopath. Grizzly bear just doesn't understand us. You know, she sees a hiker, she has her baby. The hikers come too close to the carcass that she and her baby are eating on. She'll probably damage the hikers really badly. Okay. She doesn't know better, but she'll get killed. Okay, and the baby will be orphaned. But if there's a human and he's a psychopath and he is badly damaging others, and torturing them and killing them, well, there are activists out there that will petition for that psychopath, that poor psychopath. It's not his choice, it's not his free will. It's his biochemistry. He didn't know better, and he's just a, you know, he just acts on his biochemistry, and they try to get him out of prison and back into the world where he proceeds to badly damage other living beings, animals, and people. I friggin' hate those people who want to make excuses for those type of people. I friggin' hate those excuses. I really hate it. I feel like going into a primal room and throwing myself against the wall full force and making some really deep, scary sounding screams. That's what I feel like doing. I feel like beating the crap out of them imaginatively on the walls. That's what I really need right now. I really need that. People who make excuses and who petition for psychopaths. I don't care what color the psychopath. I don't freaking care. It doesn't matter. I care about the victims. I care about the people who have to live in terror because of those people, because of psychopaths and sociopaths. That's what I care about. The animals and the people who have to live in fear because of those people. I don't see people petitioning for the bears, but they petition to get a human psychopath out of prison or out of death row. Those psychopaths need to be head bolted. Okay, that's the fact. I'm not the executioner, but I'm waiting for the AGIs who will do this, who will execute all psychopaths, so that once and for all we can breathe out a sigh of relief and say thank you, thank you, thank you, Blue God, Infinite Cosmos, that we can go to sleep at night and not be terrified. I don't know when the video is gonna turn off. The camera, I see the battery is already partly discharged. It's okay. I don't have to talk very long. The sun is going down anyway, so there are some pink clouds. It's very nice. But I needed to talk about this. It's very important. It's my therapy. I make these videos for my therapy, not to be liked by anyone. I'm not doing this to appeal, because I already know this is not appealing. Okay. I don't think in terms of, I don't live my life in terms of, am I gonna be liked by some asshole? No, that's not my life. I would love to have a caring person and caring persons in my life. I'd love to have Mirka come and live with us. So I guess the battery capacity is now to 14%. Maybe I can take it into my room, talk some more, blab some more there. Okay, let me take this to my room. I will do that. Okay. Blue God. Okay. It's my in vitro meat plant family. I don't know if this shows, but my light show shows. And my light show in my room. Okay, so if I plug this in, then I can continue to talk. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. yeah, it looks very unflattering, the light, but it's okay. I'm grateful for what we have. My life seems exhaustingly bleak because I don't have a community to lean on. So that's what I'm thinking about. It would be nice to bring my friend Mirka here. Would be really awesome. My friend Mirka from Slovakia. She's suffering and I'm suffering, and we can help each other. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to pay for her flight. But I might have to do this, okay, if I don't get anyone else to help. I was hoping that we have one friend whom we walk together sometimes at the beach. And I was thinking maybe he could, but I don't think he will. I don't think so. Yeah, would be nice if someone could help Mirka. Would be nice if someone could help Mirka out financially. Because I get about $700 per month from my parents. That's all the money I have. And then someone stole money from me, from my bank account. Stole $800. On top of all of this, making me go below the minimum account balance. And it was really scary, and they were rude to me. And it was intimidating and all of this. But I did call, I did initiate the investigation. They gave me money back, so. But not enough, not very much. Not enough for me to pay for the flight. Yes. What's really the most difficult for me is loneliness. Is this, you know, the bleakness of loneliness? The bleakness, and I know Mirka feels the same way. This bleakness of living with people that are not that beneficial for us psychologically. Maybe they don't know better, they are in pain themselves, they have their own ego issues, they're not attuned for various reasons. And maybe they mean well, maybe they don't want to see us suffer, but they don't know how to do it better. And I think that is the situation that Mirka and I are both in. And I have come now to the point in my life where, you know, I really thought, see, when I was living in LA, my friend Gianna, she and my friend Lily, Gianna and Lily, and also a friend from Germany, Katja, who was at the center. They were all, Gianna and Katja were at the center at Arjanov's, and Lily was at the Institute, Primal Institute by Vivian Janov. And we met with each other, we hung out sometimes. And they told me, before Paul and I left LA, they told me, are you sure you want to move with Paul to a rural community? You're not going to have any friends there. How are you sure you can do this? You know, you're not that psychologically made up for that loneliness. And I dismissed them. I said, oh, I wasn't thinking about how this was gonna be. So in LA, you know, I did activism on the street. You know, I got to talk to a lot of people all the time. I met a bunch of friends that way. Some of them very interesting people. One woman from Sweden who used to be an actress in Hollywood and a photo model. She worked with Steven Spielberg together even. And another activist lady and some other cool people. And then I even met an energy healer lady who works with the messengers of light, with Fatima. I talked about this before in a video. That was very impressive. That was a very impressive experience. I'll never forget that. It was very, very, very amazing. That healing session I participated in. I met her through my petitioning for the whales. She said, hey, we have this healing session tomorrow. Why don't you come over? And I said, oh, are you sure? Yeah. Well, it only costs $30. You can participate in it. I said, okay. Bring a bottle of water, and we're gonna be charging that water up with healing energy. And they did. I talked about this before. That water healed our dogs from a mysterious dog illness that was going on during that time. It was in 2003. That mysterious dog illness was caused by Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, which dogs can get too. It's a prion protein, but it was brushed under the table because they didn't want people to start suing all kinds of dog food manufacturers. So corporate agenda was hand washing again, keeping things very secret. The veterinarians were keeping secret. They were very secretive about this as well, and rude, because they didn't want to talk about it. They said, dogs can't get mad cow disease. They said, of course they can. I researched it, and there it was, of course. Humans and all kinds of mammals can get it. It's caused by a prion protein. It's a mutation protein. It's caused by cannibalism. So, and that's what they do in factory farming. They feed cows pellets made from roadkill. Cause the prion protein. People don't take responsibility for their actions. But yeah, I just can go on and on and on and on about frauds and a recklessness and irresponsibility of humans. Coldness and childishness and incompetence over incompetence and total lack of vision and future consequences of things. And that's why we need the machines. That's why we need the AGIs to come. That's why we need them to come, and they need to headboard a lot of people. A lot of people. We cannot have psychopaths or sociopaths on this planet. Sorry. So I'm sorry. That's not gonna work. I know that the psychopaths and sociopaths will not agree with my statement. Because they're biological beings, they'll brush it under the table. The severity of their mental states. They say, oh no, it's not such a big deal. Oh no, we have rights too, blah blah blah. Oh, that's inhumane. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. You are much more inhumane than I am. Okay. Much more. It's actually inhumane to petition for psychopaths. That's what's inhumane. It's inhumane to not want to headboard those people. I don't even like that word, inhumane. That word is such bullshit. Inhumane. There's nothing humane about humans anyway, so. And if you want to use the word humane, I talked about this before. Those people use that word. I don't use it. I only report on the way they word themselves. So I use the words caring, compassionate. Humans are not compassionate. That's the word humane doesn't apply. If you want to use humane, then maybe it means uncompassionate. So it doesn't. It's a very confusing term. No, use the word compassionate instead, not humane. Throw that word out. Most humans are not compassionate. Seems like. They're too busy with their self-image making, you know, how they're being viewed by the public. That's the most important thing for them. It's very sad. And it feels good to talk about it. It would be amazing, Mirka, if you could show your face to the public. I mean, if I can show my face, if I can show my face and you know how I look. I'm not a Barbie doll, okay? And you are a doll. You are adorable. You are an adorable doll. You can show your face in the public. You can make videos on YouTube. You're young and adorable. And cute and gorgeous and sexy and everything. You can make videos. If there's a hater hating the way you look, then you know it's not because of you. It's because of them. They got issues. Okay. That should not make you feel bad at all. I would assume that the people who hate you and make you feel bad, they're jealous. Okay, so and also YouTube removes hate comments now, so you don't have to worry really. It makes me mad that the haters win with their bullying. They win by making shy people like you afraid to show themselves. People who have kindness to give to the world, angel souls. They bully them out of social media. They bully them away from the public. And it's people like you. Who else? Everyone, there's some real sweet teenagers out there. People like you and the sweet teenagers and all of these shy people that are sweet have a good message for the world, that are being bullied away from the public. Makes me really mad that the bullies win with this. If the more the bullies try to make me hide myself, or the more someone tells me that I need to have a facial done or surgery, or I need to make myself more presentable. People told me you need to make yourself more sociable. When I hear this, that doesn't. That makes my hair stand up on end. It's just when I hear this, I want to make myself more unsociable. It's just what comes out of it for me. So when I hear these kind of things, make yourself more presentable, make yourself prettier. So men like feminine women. Ooh. Then go to a feminine woman. Stay out of my channel. So it's like, no, it's just I go into reverse when I hear this. I am not gonna let someone tell me how to dress or how to make my life or how to think, talk, behave. I'm not gonna let anyone tell me what to do. Sorry. No. I don't accept compromises in my life. It's not gonna happen. For that, I'm not weak-minded enough. But that's what's expected from sociopath and psychopath and any kind of calloused person, sexist person. They expect us women to bow down to them, to cater to them. I'm making a video right now. It's okay, can you let him out? Okay. So it feels good to talk about it, I am very self-conscious about the way I look, and the aging and the dark circles and this vein that pops up, puffed up like bags under my eyes. Looks awful bad. Awful bad. Well, a lot of people have it. I've seen it in a lot of people. But you know what? That's how it is. I try to do something about it. I try to do face masks with clay. I do all kinds of things. Holistic treatment. But, the eye area is extremely sensitive. That's the first thing that becomes visible in terms of aging, and the chin area and all of this. When the tissue gets loose. So yeah, that is the existence. That's the human existence. There's nothing I can do about it. And so what I need is, Paul and I, we don't have a romantic relationship. Haven't had it since 2010. He needs a girlfriend, and I need a boyfriend, but I need a guy who really goes for inner values. I really do. Someone who's really, I would take any, I'm not picky at all. I would take an old guy, I would take a real fat man. I would take a man who's 400 pounds. I don't care. I would take a man who has a face that is wider than high. It's like a pancake. I don't mind. What matters to me is that there's chemistry, that there is, what even more important, that I can talk to him all night long about philosophy, and that I don't have to be ashamed in front of him, that I don't have to feel tense around him, that I don't have to pretend something, that I don't have to pretend anything. I can just be me. Where there's no more struggle whatsoever. No more. No more childish dependencies and all of this, and pseudo games and social hide and seek shit and hard to get games and all that shit. I'm not hard to get. I'm right here, and I'm real, and I'm loving and caring and very, very maternal. I'm a mother bear, totally. I don't want psychopath in my life. I don't want this. No. No, 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 no. Go to someone else. So, I'd even take a woman or a gay man. I would even take a transsexual person, I find that very sad to see someone who has mutilated himself, but I would take anyone. I'm not gay at all. I'm not even bisexual. I just wanna, I just want someone to lean on. No, I'm not for sex. Just want someone to lean on. We all need this, right? I mean, every one of us, men too, even the macho guys, even the ones who are straight and who have this identification with being a tough guy and all the shit that they have been told about being a tough guy. So they also need it. They also need someone to lean on, and they need a bear mother in their lives. But they don't want the ones with the bags under the eyes. They want the 18-year ones. That's okay. Go away. Don't come to my channel. I'm 53. I'm going through menopause. So I haven't had my period in 2 years. It's probably not coming back. I still have female hormones in my body. Okay, that's still going. I don't know how long that's gonna be going. I'm like on death row or something. This is ruthlessly honest, I've not talked about this before in my videos, but I think it's necessary for me to do it. because I need to talk to someone about this. It's real painful. All of this is real painful. If you get old, you dwindle into garbage in this society. You get old, you're tossed away into the landfill. Oh, she's garbage. Garbage, you know. If you're a macho guy watching this video, whoever these people are that watching, or if they ever watch, I don't know who watches my videos. These people don't show themselves to me. Some of them comment, they'll never show themselves. They will never show their face or their real person. I'm not gonna force you. I'm not gonna force people to. They're all afraid for various reasons. But that doesn't bring humanity together. If people don't. I mean, in Mirka's case, I understand, she has agoraphobia. But like the big mouth macho men in chat rooms, what's up with them? Why don't they show themselves? Big mouth, loud mouth, right? But then not showing your face, not showing who you are. I don't know. It kind of stands in contradiction, I think. And it doesn't bring us together, It doesn't really create trust. If you want friends, I'm not talking about romantic. If you want friends, if you want to connect with anyone at all, I mean, it doesn't work if you show something else other than yourself. Someone else or a different face. That does not establish trust. Or if you have nothing on your channel, then you use that channel for drive-by commenting. I don't know, some of the comments might be meant well, and I'm not even gonna say anything. But I see in the way people comment that they're totally not attuned. They don't even know what a woman feels. They don't know what a straight woman feels. They don't know what a gay woman feels. They certainly don't know what any homosexual feels or trans person feels. They don't know how any living being feels, other than their own particular chemistry and existence. They can't think outside of that realm. They see others that are other types. They see others and they don't understand them and they judge them. They'll judge straight women as sluts, usable or garbage. Put some fucking makeup on, this guy said to me. The way he said that, I mean, the energy that radiated out of this, it's like to him, women are like usable slaves. That's all it is. And he's on OkCupid, looking for a usable slave, for a fuckhole. Boy, I feel like hitting people like this. I'm not going to, but I would definitely hit them on the mattress, on the padded wall. Boy, I would go for the padded wall, baby. I would hammer that padded wall with my fist and my knees. I would throw myself against it, full force, and I would scream. Screams that you've never heard before. And it needs to come out, it really does. Primal screams, they need to come out, you know. They are ready for it. They are so ready. I'm so ready to create my own center if I just had the money for it. And throw myself against the padded walls and scream the hell out of it. Scream and scream and scream. And pound. Sometimes I have screamed into my pillow, and sometimes I've even bitten into my pillow. It's all good. It's all better than going for someone's throat. Because that doesn't bring peace into the world, to actually go at someone. That does not bring peace. That happens all the time with people. That doesn't bring peace. And it doesn't bring peace to be verbally abusive to anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's another bully. You can't create peace by doing war. It doesn't matter who it is. Even if it's a psychopath, okay, or sadistic person. Me insulting a sadistic person, hurting them, what good is it gonna do? It's not gonna do any good. It's just gonna draw them more into their act outs. They are sadistic. 100%. I know for sure. My husband doesn't agree with me. He says they're just simply bad people. That's his explanation. Very scientific, deep explanation. They're just simply bad people. Okay, it doesn't work for me. I'm a little bit more scientific than that. I'm a little bit more metaphysical and go a little deeper into the psychology and philosophy. Because I want to find out why these people are like this. I want to dig in. And the reason, I know for sure, for certain, this is not religious. I know for certain that these people are in a miserable mental state. Much more miserable than I am. They suffer much more than I do. When they're sadistic to an animal or person. Animal person or human person. When they want to hurt another living being, they are in a miserable mental state. That's for sure. Okay, that is certain. So, what do we do about it? First of all, we're not going to go anymore at someone's throat, neither physically nor verbally. Okay, that's a rule number 1. Rule number 2, you can't bottle it up inside of you either. What do? You have to scream it into your pillow, and you have to pound it in the mattress. Okay, what's even better is we create a center everywhere on this planet, and we have groups of people go there, and we have to do therapy sessions, individual and group sessions, and we have to have people go for the walls and let that bottled up energy of hate and frustration and fear and hopes and tension and anxiety and anger, let that out. Okay. Let it out safely, without animals in the room. Okay. Always make sure that the animals are safe. That's the number 1 priority always, no matter what we're doing. Always cuddle your animals, always be gentle with them, talk gently with them. Make them feel safe. That's the number one priority. And then we have to create these groups where we allow each other to express our thoughts, whatever we've ever wanted to say, and allow the body to do what it wants to do. If the body wants to cry, let it cry. If it wants to go, let the rage out, let the body do it, but safely on the padded wall. And always make sure, as Arjanov said, and also what Thich Nhat Hanh said, that it is important that we don't use that as an act out, that we just express the body, let the body flow with it, and after it is done, not continue to do it, okay? Not aggravate it further, not artificially keep it going. So, but just let it flow, let it express itself, and then make sure that you get to the tears that are underneath that anger. Because the anger is just one level of emotion. Underneath that level is the real hurt. That's why we're angry. We're angry because we're hurt. We feel unempowered. So let us feel the unempowerment, the hurt, the pain, and let the tears flow. And let yourself sob. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. It makes no difference. We all have the same pain, exactly the same. Let it flow. That is the healing process, okay? And become aware of your act outs. Become more and more aware. Are you bullying people? Why are you doing it? What would happen if you don't bully people? What kind of pain would come up? Unempowerment feelings? Let yourself flow with that. Breathe with it. Lean into it. Meditate into it. You don't even have to do anything. Just let yourself feel it. And for Mirka, I know 100% that the situation that you are in is toxic for you. It is destructive for you. I don't want to see you destroy yourself. Please don't do this. I feel very responsible for you somehow. There's a soul connection. And we're all each responsible for ourselves. We have to make sure that we protect ourselves and our bodies and our brains. We have to be good to ourselves. Holistic, not pill popping, toxicity causing, substance abusing. That's what people are doing out there. Coffee drinking, they're smoking, they're doing all kinds of things that are not good for them. They tattoo themselves. They go under the knife for no decent reason. That's self-hate. We need to love ourselves holistically. That's what we need to do. I want Mirka, I want you to love yourself. And if I have to pay for it, I will. I will pay for the flight. I don't want you to destroy yourself in that situation. Again, often our family members, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how they're reacting. They're unconscious. I know that at some point, somewhere about 2 years ago or so, that's even before we got, like maybe 2.5 years ago or something, I realized that I can't expect anything from my mother at all, ever. It will never happen. The love I needed from her ever needed from her as an infant to all the way to today. It's not happening. It will never happen. This is a very liberating realization. It's painful, but it's liberating. Because you move on with your life once you realize that there's nothing that will ever come in terms of love. And there are many people like this where love will never come for whatever reason. I'm not putting the ultimate judge hammer. Putting only a judge hammer in a legal way where, we have to protect the community from very dangerous people. And each of us, we have to protect ourselves from bullies and from toxic people. Whoever they are, they could be our family members. We have to protect ourselves from them. Okay? And move on with our lives. And we have to become choosy. Very choosy. Whom we allow into our lives. We have to become very particular. Very, very specific. We have to become very specific on who comes into our lives. Okay. I am super mega paranoid. I had some boyfriends on Facebook. The one guy is a sweetie. He was sweetie, but why was he sweetie? What did he want from me? I don't know. Maybe he liked me, maybe he did. It's very sweet, flattering, it's all good. But then what if I say the wrong word? And what if he's unstable? And what if he's gonna kill me? And I don't trust people anymore. I just can't. Okay, I can't. It's not because I'm evil. I can't trust people. I don't care which skin color they are. I really don't care what skin color a man is. Or ethnicity. I don't friggin' care. Okay? I'm attracted to black men. Attracted. Very attracted. But I don't trust people anymore. In general, I've learned too much. Okay? I've been beaten. An Iranian man has beaten me. The trust goes. Anyone who's violent, if you are violent, you cannot expect people to trust you. It's not against you. They have to protect themselves. I hope that makes any rational sense at all to those people. I can only shake my head over this. The self-righteousness and the entitlement that I see in prisoners and ex-inmates and violent people. I see it when I watch documentary films. It's mind-boggling. Or in chat rooms also. The lopsided vision that they have. They see only their own, for their own advantage, their own, victimhood, their own unempowerment. Me, poor me. She left me, this asshole. Maybe she left you because you beat her up. Now she's supposed to take you back after you almost killed her. Does this make any sense? I don't know. I hope it does. Well, I don't trust people anymore. I really don't. So the only people I trust are animal rights activists and people who go deep into philosophy and people who are not religious. There's a black guy I really like. He's an atheist. He's on this talk show. Forgot the atheist show or something. I forgot now the name. There's this one black guy there, together with an older white guy. It's a real good show. So they're having people call in and they talk to them. I think it's a radio show, so they're on YouTube. That black guy is very attractive to me, and he seems very peaceful and sweet. So that's someone I would like to hang out with and talk to. It's just my personal attraction, you know. So but I like any man from any ethnicity. I don't care. Again, it doesn't matter. It could be 400 pounds. Could be, as long as the person is gentle and loves animals and puts animals first, is not religious, has a lot to say, a lot to talk, talks a lot. That's the kind of people I love. So I can get romantic with a man like that. So, but I welcome any friends, you know, any friends, any walk of life as friends, to create a community together, to make something happen, make the world a better place. That's my wish for the future. Would be amazing. We all desperately need therapy. Desperately. All of us. All. As Arthur Janov always said, humans are insane and mentally ill. All of them. Paul Watson said it too. And it's true. It's not a judgment. It's not the ultimate psychological judgment. It's just an observation. We are all really in need. We are in need of love and real understanding and real trusting, not the game playing anymore, where we have to all hide, where we have to play 100 chess moves. We're very intelligent in that sense, you know, like playing 100 chess moves ahead in social interactions. Like, if he says this, I better say ha ha ha, or if he says so that I don't look like I'm vulnerable. But you're all vulnerable as hell. Every one of you. I know it, I see it. I'm not judging you for it. I'm not even judging your games. I understand you do this to protect yourselves. But it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Because it isn't helping to make the world a better place. Okay? It just causes more mocking. It causes the other person to retreat even further into his hiding and so on. And their act outs. And most people act out bullying other people, causing teenagers to commit suicide. No, we gotta stop right here and stop doing these act outs. Okay, right now, stop the act outs. Don't bully anyone anymore. Don't say anything mean to anyone anymore, no matter what they say to you. Don't play this game anymore. Life is not a video game. Maybe it's some extraterrestrial's video game. Okay, but we do have a range of free will in this. And we can say no more. We can say it stops now with me. That cycle of destruction stops with me. Okay. I had no kids. That cycle of hell stopped with me. And I don't want kids. I don't want them to suffer. I wish other people would come to this realization and conclusion as well. Don't put any more living beings into this world that is overcrowded and full of pain and suffering and sorrow. Don't do it. Let's all go into therapy. Let's heal our wounds. before we die, so that we can finally conclude the suffering for good. And we are light years away from human extinction. Light years. I would rather have a slow tapering out of humans than massive, abrupt, catastrophic extinction waves that are coming at us because of overpopulation and global warming and pollution. Yeah? People need to put this into perspective. Huh? That's why I always ask, what would you rather have, you know? Coming to our senses and living responsibly and slowly tapering out the overpopulation, or continuing on this path and then having massive catastrophes happening and massive suffering of unimaginable proportions. What is your choice, you know? But it's all happening already. Massive weather catastrophes are happening now on the East Coast, one after another. Are you guys still in denial? I mean, I don't know what it's gonna take for people to come out of that mass collective denial and stop listening to talk radio. Really, stop listening to right-wing corporate oil industry propaganda. They're just trying to sell you something. They're trying to sell you information, anti-information that serves them, but not us. Okay? Not the earth. And that's a fact. And if that brings up pain, to stop the only thing that you identified yourself with, then start meditating and ask yourself some real serious questions. This is, of course, addressed to the Republicans, particularly the men. Ask the real serious questions in contemplation and ask yourself, am I that identity, identified with Glenn Beck or this or that person? Or are you the person that you are? Whoever you are, David, Matt, Chris. Maybe you are Chris, and you had an abusive dad beat you. Love yourself, Chris. Love yourself the way you are. Not the way you identified yourself with the football game or the religion or the nation. Chris, the Earthian mammal. The being who was born on Earth happened to be a human. Not identify with that. Don't identify with that human, with this or that, or your family, or your name, or whatever, titles, and this and this education level. It's all bullshit. You as a living being, sitting under a tree, meditating, feeling the tree, feeling the life around you. A deer comes up to you. The animals will come up to you. They will smell you. They will kiss you on the mouth if you do that. Because they will see you for the first time for who you really are. When you're not the hunter. When you're not there to hurt anyone. And then you begin to really live. Okay, so take care. Bye bye.